These artists got caught breaking into a government building, and it turned out pretty great for them, actually. It all starts with an artist collective named Collaborative Projects, aka Colab, and the gentrification of Manhattan. Colab was made up of artists that had been kicked out of Soho and Tribeca. Now they were all living in the Lower East Side, and their art was getting more and more political. In 1978, they had just finished what they called the Income and Wealth Show and the Manifesto Show, an entire exhibition of political manifestos as art. And it was at the Manifesto Show that one member of Colab, Alan Moore, pitched an idea for an exhibition that would have them punch way above their weight. He wanted to do a quote-unquote real estate themed show and turn it into a protest by occupying one of the many abandoned buildings in the neighborhood. After some internal debate, a small group within Colab took the idea and ran with it. They found their target, 125 Delancey Street, an empty building that had been seized by the city. And a week before New Year's Eve, 1979, this small group made their way over there carrying a pair of bolt cutters hidden in a guitar case, broke the lock, and replaced it with their own. Over the next week, they would work to set the space up, covering the windows to keep their plans secret. And on New Year's Eve, they were finally ready. At this point, many of the members of the group had already joined in, and they had a full art exhibition. The show was quickly put together, though. Mostly hand-drawn flyers, which made sense because the artists knew that whatever they made might get seized by the city. What was really revolutionary about the real estate show was the aftermath. The cops changed the lock. Colab called up the press and staged a protest outside, and the press responded quickly, including heavy hitters like the Times and the Post. Even the politicized German artist Joseph Beuys showed up to give support, adding clout to the protest. Colab had broken into the building in order to protest the gentrification of the Lower East Side, but what they didn't know was that they had accidentally chosen the perfect spot. It was right on the edge of a development project that had evicted almost 2,000 people in the 1960s, but hadn't made any progress since. And given Colab's success at publicizing the real estate show, the Department of Housing Preservation and Development was looking to avoid a PR disaster. The compromise was this: 156 Rivington Street. Instead of going to jail, they were allowed to set up in another building, provided they could bring it up to code. Of course, the city probably thought that the artist would fail, and they could seize the property again at a later date. But miraculously, they succeeded. The building was named ABC No Rio, and it functioned as a successful community center and art space for 40 years. In 2017, they finally got funding to tear down and rebuild the building, and are expecting to reopen in spring 2026. Learn more about the real estate show on 98bowery.com, or take a look at original real estate show artwork and flyers on gallery98.org.